What's up, Elite Pokemon Battlers? It's AgentFlex here, and this is my very first upload to this channel. I'm really excited about becoming a director here, and I hope you enjoy this video. It's a black and white Wi-Fi battle against PlatinumStardust. He also has a YouTube, so check him out if you want. I'll leave the link in the description. And so he leads out with this Hi Daruma. I'll lead out with a Kajondo. It's kind of a lead set with Fake Out, Taunt, High Jump Kick, and I think U-Turn. So I switch out because he outspeeds, so I don't want a U-Turn, and he goes for a Flare Blitz because I predicted that. I go into my Spexed water fighting pony thing, and he switches out. I go for a Specs Hydro Pump because I know it will do damage to anything, and he sends out this fire type, which was really good for me because that will take out the Shandera, I think is the name. So he sends his chimp back out, and I switch out predicting a fighting move because just a revenge kill. But he actually goes for a Night Burst, which tells me he's probably Zoroark, because almost all Hi Darumas are physical. They do have an ability that transforms them into something called Daruma mode, which is like Psychic and Fire, but you don't see those very often, so I'm predicting it's Zoroark. It's not very effective, so Shadow Ball, which confirms that it does break the sub anyway, because Zoroark is pretty frail. I'm predicting him just to keep on going for subs, but he actually just finishes me off with a Night Burst. So yeah, he takes down one of my walls, which isn't good. So now I'm just going to go into my own Scarfed Hi Daruma and go for a Stone Edge, predicting a switch. I actually miss, which stinks, and he gets a sub up. So now I'm just going to keep on going for Stone Edge and pray that it hits the next time, and luckily it will break the sub. And so he's revealed Night Burst and Substitute at the moment, and now he just revealed Nasty Plot. And so this thing's a real big threat right now, but he for some reason switches out. I'm not exactly sure why, probably because he knew he couldn't take a Stone Edge if it did hit. And so he goes into the Registeel. It takes it really well, and I'm locked into Stone Edge, so I'm gonna have to switch. I think I go into my Fighting Deer. It's also Grass type, and he gets a Thunder Wave off on my switch. It's not that bad because my Deer isn't that fast. Right now I'm predicting a non-damaging move, so I go for a Substitute as he sets up Stealth Rock, which is good for me because I get a free sub. So he's going to Seismic Toss and break this sub in a sec, and I am going to lock myself into Sacred Sword. It does 90 damage and it's fighting type, but I get the Parahacks, which is really bad for me. I'm predicting another Seismic Toss now, which he does go for. So there's no point in really subbing there, so I just went for a Sacred Sword, and it actually does reasonable damage, almost half after leftovers and stuff. And so I know I can't take 2-hit KO, so I'm going to go for a Swords Dance my next turn as he keeps on spamming the Seismic Toss. It's not that bad since I do have a fair amount of HP EVs. Go for a Swords Dance and don't get the Parahacks. And he actually goes for a Curse this next turn after the lefties gains, which is actually really good for me because Sacred Sword has a secondary effect which hits through all stat changes, so even though he got a defense boost, Sacred Sword pretty much negates that and just hits with normal damage. After the Swords Dance, it will take out the Registeel, which is really good for me because a paralyzed Pokemon actually did something. But now he's going to just be able to revenge kill with pretty much anything since I'm slower than dirt. And so he sends out this Lucario. I was predicting like a Swords Dance of some sort, but he actually just goes for a Blaze Kick, which you actually can only get by breeding it, which is kind of cool. So I go into my Scarfed Hi Daruma and I go for an Earthquake. Since he stayed in, I'm predicting him to be sashed and him to go for a Swords Dance and then Extreme Speed, but that's not actually what he does. He just goes straight for the close combat, and I think that takes me out since Lucario's pretty powerful, and he gets the defense drops and stuff. and I send out my lead Kajondo just to fake out and take him out. So that's good for me because Lucario is always a really big threat in any battle. So now he's going to send out his Scarfed Hi Daruma, and so he's going to revenge kill me with a Fire Punch, which was kind of weird because Flare Blitz is usually the better option since it's way more powerful. I guess he just doesn't like the recoil. So I send out my Patrick predicting the Scarf since Kajondo would outspeed if it wasn't. And so he goes for another Fire Punch, and I go for a Hydro Pump, and I miss, of course, because I'm getting kind of unlucky with my accuracy this game. And he finishes me with 2 Fire Punches. Yeah, that kind of made a big difference in this battle. So I send out my other water types to resist the Fire Punch, and he withdraws this time. I'm going to go for a Hydro Pump, I think, after he gets the Intimidate off. And that does hit, so I got lucky there. Since it's specs, it does over half, which is good for me. I go for another one, and I outspeed, actually, and finish him off. So that's good, because Solomon's in Black and White gets overconfidence, which ups your attack by +1 every time you get a KO, so it's a really big threat now. And so he goes into the Zoroark, which I thought I had taken out, my bad. And so I have an ability that when I get hit by a dark type move, I get an attack boost, so yeah, it doesn't really matter since I'm a special attacker, but I will take him out with the Specs Hydro Pump. So yeah, my pony's actually doing really good this battle, and he sends out his real Hi Daruma and goes for a Hammer Arm and finishes me off. So that's kind of why I needed to take him out earlier with the Starmie, and that's why I lost. But great game, PlatinumStardust, and thanks for watching my battle on Elite Pokemon Battlers. I look forward to posting on this channel next time. If you like this video, definitely check out my channel. I just reached 100 subs exactly, so there should be a special up soon. Until next time, rate, comment, subscribe, and definitely sub Elite Pokemon Battlers. Thanks, guys.